Daylight. Mobbing on Earth, boy. Showtime. Hey.
D-Mark got that E.
Curtain call, let the show begin. I know it's hurting y'all the way I'm going in. I need a murder dog covered for the times I was killing shit and y'all ain't know it then. Working hard, long hours in the trap, in my bag like some dope again. It's that blue magic, no Nicky Bonds cut. Niggas know who I'm doper than. Everybody, old nigga, new nigga, only see a challenge in a few niggas. A lot of y'all can wipe the smile off your face on the mob. It ain't none of you niggas. I just put the switch on the new blicker. Rapid fire spitting, it's a boost nigga. 2 Street for a lot of you niggas. Hard knock life, volume 2 jigger. Back on my shit again. Endurance, I tire him out like it's Mitchell, and I'm about to put on that shit again. I was trying to be humble, but fuck it, I'm still a man. Don't rap like a kilogram. They finna spin this up top like a ceiling fan. I'm about to pop like a trigger man. From that hustling stock, so I'm all about my dividends. It's showtime. I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind. Had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time. Now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time. Now they front row when it's showtime. Cheering for a nigga, pulling on a nigga. I should pull a Kevin, kick her in the titty. Nah, I'm being petty, baby, I'm just kidding. Going with your move, I ain't even tripping. I had groupie back when I was in the kitchen. Had 3 county, catching what I'm pitching. Montana way, started with the dishes. Out of town played, not the pocket trip. Real G's round me, we don't do the fiction. Niggas rub me wrong, it gon' be some friction. It gon' be a spark, I'ma stand on business. Ain't no favorite op, I can't stand them niggas. They gon' lay in dirt, candlelight visuals, face on the shirt. Now you get the picture, Psalm 23. Now you get the scripture, homies, they gon' fly. They done got religion. I be outside, functioning with killers. Police outside, hunting for the dealer. Bitches mouth wide, hungry for a nigga. I ain't even drop no money on to take a true player. I be turned with the ism. Bad bitches know the vibe I be giving. Fuck the haters and the lies they been telling. They'll make the news at noon 10 and 11. Showtime, it's showtime. I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind. Had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time. Now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time. Now they front row when it's showtime. Cheering for a nigga, showtime. I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind. Had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time. Now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time. Now they front row when it's showtime. Cheering for a nigga.
Yeah. Hey man, say man, it's your boy DAA, man. Daylight TV. Back at y'all with another Rise and Grind live show. Episode 25. Yeah. Quarter in, yeah. Got another routine, man. Hit that like and subscribe button, smash that notification bell if you really mobbing with the content. Ain't nobody in here yet, but y'all know. Game don't wait. Got the buses running though. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. We'll do this before, but we're gonna do this like this. I didn't even realize I ain't that shit. So, bad, y'all. gonna do this. So, all right. So we got BOOSIE Badass, right? Yeah, some shit. Hold on a second. All right, now we good. So, rapper BOOSIE Badass, bro. I thought this was over with, to be honest with you, but he went on social media and pretty much said that he's gonna be taking a plea deal in the gun case that he caught out in California, right? So BOOSIE was first charged in 2023 with being a felon in possession of a firearm, and the charge stemmed from him being caught on camera with a gun during the filming of a music video for the song How You Wanna Play It by LA rapper Baby 3. You know what I'm saying? In which BOOSIE was featured on the record. The prosecutors alleged that it was a crime because of his previous convictions, you know what I mean, on drug charges or whatever, back in 2009 and 2011. You know what I'm saying? The case was initially dismissed. That's why I thought it was over with. In July of 2024, due to Ninth Circuit court ruling, the United States versus Daughter, whatever, Duarter. I think I said that right. That reevaluated the restrictions on nonviolent felons possessing firearms, you know, under the Second Amendment. However, the prosecutors ended up refiling the charges with some modifications later that same month. You know what I mean? The re-indictment also included the charge of knowingly possessing a firearm while dealing with a controlled substance. I'm guessing they talking about like weed, something like that or whatever. Because despite how accepted marijuana is, it's still listed as a federal, it's still listed as a Schedule 1 narcotic. You know what I mean? And that pretty much just means that they don't acknowledge any medical benefit to it. So yeah, that's what that is. BOOSIE is currently out on $100,000 bond, and the specific terms of his plea agreement, you know, including what he's gonna plead out to, hasn't been publicly disclosed and shit. You know what I mean? Court hearing on the case or whatever is scheduled for this month on the 26th, I think. You know what I mean? 2025. Now, many are wondering what he'll cop out to and how much time he's facing, but it's likely the plea could involve, you know, like this charge as well. So you know, or well, it may not involve that charge or whatever. Like he may just plead out for one charge, or maybe just to an overall less offense. And the fact that he announced that he was accepting a plea, you know, from the federal government, suggests that the core of the agreement is probably centered around like the actual gun possession, because that's probably like the most serious or whatever, and all that. Now, if that's the case, you know, Boosie could have been facing, like if he was going to trial and all that, Boosie could have been facing up to 10 years in federal prison with like up to 3 years of supervised release and fines of up to like $250,000. You know what I mean? The re-indictment, like I said, included knowingly possessing a firearm while dealing or using a controlled substance, which could carry a sentence of 10 years. Now, if this charge falls under what you call it, charge could probably fall under they got a guideline or whatever it is. Shit, I'm trying to think. I think it's like 18 USC 924. I don't know if it's A, B, or C because they got like different letters to them. But that would mean like it addresses using the firearm concerning a drug trafficking offense. And like the mandatory minimum sentence on that or whatever is 5 years in prison. You know what I mean? Like, so fortunately he don't got that going on with him. You know, this is also in addition, like, you know, because that would be applied, and that usually when you get the weapons charges, that's kind of applied like to the underlying drug offense. So, you know what I mean? This is not really a drug case. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really about him having a weapon. Now, it's important to note that the plea deal allowed, you know, Boosie to, you know, basically plead guilty to lesser charges or resolve a more lenient sentence in exchange for not going to trial. Like, you're gonna save the government some money and having to, you know, having to take the trial and the burden of proof and all that. And all right, cool, we get our win and you get something you can live with. You know what I'm saying? Now, because we don't know the terms, you understand what I'm saying? Like, Boosie's future still remains to be seen. You know what I mean? Like, but this development kind of suggests a step towards resolving the legal issues or whatever in a way that's not going to be so bad. Also, on the bright side, like generally, there's no mandatory minimum sentence for this conviction that I saw. We like under the 18 USC 922G. Like I said, this should be coming in thing. Yeah, there's no mandatory minimum when I looked it up. Now, based on just what I know about general legal principle and the information available about, you know, Boosie's past, here are some possible arguments that the defense might be able to use to get a lighter sentence, you know what I'm saying, for him. So they could like emphasize that, you know, the alleged gun possession wasn't tied to any violent crime or threat. You get what I'm saying? It could also be argued that the firearm was self-defense or for another like lawful purpose, reducing the I guess you say the perceived severity of the offense. You know what I mean? Now, as I mentioned a minute ago, Boosie's case was initially dismissed in the Ninth Circuit Court, you know, ruling the United States versus daughter, right? And like I said, it reevaluated the restrictions on nonviolent felons actually having a, strap. You know what I mean? Now, although the case was refiled, the defense could continue to reference the spirit of the daughter ruling, arguing that the government's approach to the charges against BOOSIE may be overly harsh and potentially infringe on the rights as a nonviolent offender. You get what I'm saying? Now, what's interesting about that, though, is I don't know how that's going to hold up, because I was on Clubhouse last night, and I was in Smut Free with Big Ant. Shout out Big Ant, urban politician. And he was saying how they repealed the dude's daughter's, I hope I'm saying that right, because I'm just saying it like quarters, because it's like DUARTER. So, yeah, daughters. He got his shit like, revoked or whatever and shit, or he got his appeal. So I think he's back in custody too. Now, they can argue Boosie's remorse and acceptance of responsibility, and that he's sincere since he's actually entering a guilty plea, which is generally a sign viewed favorably, during the sentence. Because it's like you're not trying to sit here and pump fake or whatever and play innocent or whatever, right? The defense could also highlight, Boosie's cooperation through the whole process. Like, he hasn't violated his bond stipulation, none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, while he was on it. Also, any rehabilitation effort, like if he's taking any classes since then, but that's what Diddy's trying to do now. Like, he's taking classes and all that shit while he's locked up. So that way, by the time sentencing comes, it's like I'm already working on myself and so on and so forth. Potential family responsibilities, which we know he's the breadwinner of the family. You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, Boosie has never been found guilty of any violent offenses, so he doesn't fall on those grounds. He doesn't fall under the what's it called, the Armed Career Criminal Act or whatever and shit, or ACCA is how they abbreviated the shit, which would result in a 15-year mandatory minimum. Now, the Armed Career Criminal Act applies if the defendant had 3 or more prior convictions for violent offenses or violent felonies, or serious drug offenses, right? Now, this is a significant factor in Boosie's case, given his past conviction. A serious drug offense under the ACCA is like punishable by at least, it's deemed like punishable by at least 10 years in prison. And Boosie had only served 5. However, it gets a little tricky, right? Because, the prosecution could argue that his 2009 probation violation, where he was sentenced for like 4 years in prison on drug and gun charges because he actually had a gun with the marijuana in the car, you know what I mean? And he had previously been placed, and that was when he was placed under like house arrest because he turned himself in. And then they eventually superseded him with the murder charges, but he was acquitted on those. You know what I mean? So they can't use that like as part of his criminal history because he beat that shit at trial. You get what I'm saying? I believe. So I forget how to think. I think he beat that shit at trial. Now, after he had been convicted, you know what I mean, that year on the drug and gun charges, You know what I'm saying? He ended up catching another case or whatever while he was locked up. I want to say it was 2011. For smuggling drugs into prison while already, serving the 4-year sentence, right? So BOOSIE had pleaded guilty to conspiring to smuggle drugs, codeine, marijuana, and ecstasy into like 2 different state prisons, I believe, in Louisiana. For that offense, he ended up getting like an additional 8-year prison sentence. And this was added to the existing time. Now, what I think happened, because he did 5 years or something like that or whatever. So it seems like when he caught the drug case in prison, they ran that shit concurrent. You know what I mean? And, now that drug charge in 2011, like smuggling drugs into a jail and all of that. Now, whether they're gonna say he was trying to sell them or whatever, I don't really recall. I don't know if he just copped out this personal use shit. Either way, that's like a serious, offense for shit. So what happened in codeine is the opiate, ecstasy, or whatever. Like the lightest shit would have been the marijuana charge. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with BOOSIE, because that drug charge that he caught for trying to smuggle this shit in the state, that could be argued, and qualify for the Armed Career Criminal Act and everything like that. But more than likely, since he's copping out, and probably, like I said, that's probably what made him cop out in the first place. So yeah, man, free BOOSIE badass. You know what I mean? Like that shit crazy, dog. That shit crazy. Let's see if I can find a news clip or something. Got some footage. All right. Let's see what this is. This federal bad case. I thought this case was over and I was going to get on with my life. Just accepted a plea from the federal government on my gun case. I thought this case was over and I was going to get on with my life. but God don't make mistakes. And I'm tired of fighting. Talk to my family, and this is the right decision. To all my fans across the world, say a prayer for your boy and go get the new album. Okay. I didn't even know he had a new album out. That nigga stay working.
I'm outside.
All right, that's the old BOOSIE. Yeah. You see what's going on? You see what's going on? You see what's going on with the dude?
I'm outside.
Man, nigga, like he's 16 out this.
Kind of bright tonight.
Yeah, that BOOSIE.
Like y'all say on the dead homies. My nigga like California. Dead
You
homies.
ain't never lied. You ain't never lied.
Dead homies. My album just dropped. Words of a Real One. Everybody love it. You know I don't miss. Consonant, Playboy Max. My boy from Baltimore. What's my boy name? I need y'all streamers. Let the streaming world check out my album. Let me know what they think. Let me know if they put it or not. All the big streamers right now. Funny Mike. You know we from Baton Rouge. Put my album on that stream. Yeah, put my album. Let them see what they man. H-Town, that boy back in town. Let's get it. Let's get it. Houston, you know I'm Mr. Sellout.
You look tired.
You gonna book me for a day party, a Sunday fun day? Tap in right now. ASAP.
Gang round.
All right. So that was it. I thought it might have been a video clip of this shit. So next up, we got another Baton Rouge rapper. Got himself in some shit. That's a whole nother. So another Baton Rouge rapper who found himself in trouble over a pipe is none other than MAINE MUZIK. All right. Now, MAINE was arrested on weapons charges as a felon on July 31st, 2025. The arrest occurred barely 1 year after he just completed a 7-year sentence. You know what I mean? Like, that boy just came home on gun charges. Now, he was initially supposed to be released from prison October of last year, but he lost some good time or something like that, and then his release got delayed because I remember, like, his brother was actually planning like a birthday celebration for his return because he was supposed to be out in time for his birthday. Now, in 2019, MAINE MUZIK had pleaded guilty to being a felon in possession of a firearm. His prior convictions also included possession of codeine and simple robbery. So yeah, I mean, shit, he damn near got, I mean, outside the robbery, shit, he damn near got the same, like, shit in his jacket that BOOSIE got. Definitely a BR thing, I guess. You know what I'm saying? The most recent arrest or whatever, though, you know, kind of put him in the headlines for, you know, all the wrong reasons. Highlighting, you know, a pattern of gun-related offenses since like 2019. I mean, well, 2016 even, because I believe when Tech, I want to say when he got out, like, MAINE kind of went in for a little bit or caught one or some shit like that. Now, this nigga having a previous federal sentence for like a similar offense could like significantly impact his sentencing, you know, especially because I don't know like if that would still put him like in the realms of being a predicate, because that's when you actually get booked for the same offense or like 2 felonies like within an 18-month like period. Now, I don't know if that starts from the moment that you're convicted and found guilty, or if that starts from the moment that you're released, and then like the clock, you know, your good clock starts off again. You get what I mean? Now, with now that whole thing or whatever with the earlier gun convictions and the codeine possession and all that shit and the simple robbery, he could potentially face or, you know, be charged under the Armed Career Criminal Act. You know what I'm saying? Like, which I mentioned carries a mandatory minimum of 15 years. You know what I mean? Like, now, more, Louisiana law, like, kind of mentions a 10-year period after which some gun rights might be restored. You know what I'm saying? But federal law doesn't have a similar provision. And he's still on federal paper, if I'm not mistaken, unless he maxed out. You get what I mean? Generally, whatever, like, federally, it just kind of imposes a lifetime ban. You know what I mean? On you having a gun. So, yeah, man. While I was looking, gotta pull this up. Actually, because I ran across a clip. I was looking for like a news clip on the arrest or whatever to see if I got any more information, but I ended up researching it myself. And Hold up. Wait a minute. Put something in there. Lie. When you be doing content, you watch a lot of shit. I don't know what the fuck that shit. Hold up, yeah.
Daylight. Marvin on earth, boy. Gonna do this one time for the dog. Long live DMX. About to be a rough ride. Get rich and die Marvin type shit. Yeah, rock dog. With the dog like I'm DMX. Got me blowing money fast. DMX. Mom, make a pussy nigga bleed. DMX. You can check the game style, nigga. PDF. Rock dog. With the dog like I'm DMX. Got me blowing money fast. DMX. Mom, make a pussy nigga bleed. DMX. You can check the game style, nigga. PDF. I'm not talking with the plug about the numbers on the unit. Got a spot OT for Coke and D, and it's booming, coming through like I do. You know, with all my shine on. Tell by my appearance that a nigga get it grind on. All white 114 in mix. Living violent, got me feeling 14 again. Got girlfriends that take trips on the Greyhound with a tan dog. And boomerang that cash when they touch down for the handoff. I'm hands on, shut them down, open up shop. Think I'm flipping, then get at me, dog. You know how I rock. I've been eating long enough, but I can't stop being greedy. I got divas trying to fuck and they can't stop being needy. For a rap dog, with the dog like I'm DMX. Got me blowing money fast. DMX, mom, make a pussy nigga bleed. DMX, you can check the game style, nigga. PDF, rap star, with the dog like I'm DMX. Got me blowing money fast. DMX, mom, make a pussy nigga bleed. DMX, you can check the game style, nigga. PDF, rap star. My name, D-double-A, like what? I claim, MOE, for life. No more game. I was trying to play nice. Now, shit changed. Kill them broad daylight. What these niggas want? The drama, then come and get it. Don't know what these bitches want, but they probably need the answer. Told you blinking from the jump. You falling, I catch you slipping. Don't know where I'm coming from. So how you gonna say I'm tripping? Where the hood at? I don't think they know who we be. All my dogs at. See a pussy nigga show your teeth. I'm the rawest that you ever saw. Dog off the reservoir. Pure breed for the cheap. Dog with no betting on. Rap dog. With the dog like I'm DMX. Got me blowing money fast. DMX. Mom, make a pussy nigga bleed. DMX. You can check the game style, nigga. PDF. Rap star. With the dog like I'm DMX. Got me blowing money fast. DMX. Mom, make a pussy nigga bleed. DMX. You can check the game style, nigga. PDF. Rap star.
These niggas, man.
Got no money, got the bricks in the sleeves and they go for the low. Got no money, dog food make the dog shit, you know. Got no money, put a 2 on the 1, take the show on the road. Already know money, ain't having no play, trying to make crime pay. Form a cheese line like back in the day. Pulled up on the set, just me on my own. And niggas think if they block, so I keep me a chrome. I'm from New York, so you know how I play, dog. And you got a problem if that boy try to take off. I'm just trying to make sure that you understand. 200 grams, that could take 200 grams. Could 100 grams, hustle for the sneakers. I'm trying to meet the leaders. Other cartel, but to get the work cheaper. Too much money to be made. I'm skipping class today. Made something out of nothing. 15, I was hustling. Got a rap dream, but the dope game paid me. I was square more blowing dough like crazy. Beat the roof to the chicken, can't call me lazy. And the game too official and the flow go crazy. See back then, if you trapped and rap, you was the young nigga version of.
Alright, y'all. Not bad. Man, I had some bullshit going on. Some stupid ass nigga in the comments. Let's give moderators in here, bro. Nigga said, raw or condom, be honest. Pull out or keep going. Raw, no condom, like no protection, raw doggy. What the fuck? Yo, I wasn't even paying attention to this shit. Yo, niggas is hella weird. Hey, but thanks for tuning in, though. Your weird ass. Alright, so let me get back on this main music. Shout out Uncle Bang. See what homie got to say. From Baton Rouge, I believe we do music and all that. So let's see.
Still was signing in. Hey, bro, we got some bad news today, and I ain't trolling. Free MAINE music, bro. Do I want to see him locked up? No. Is he from my hood? Yeah. Don't want to see him locked up. But the thing is, see, I've been knowing, I was in a video about this. I've been knowing like since like 2 hours it happened. Somebody called me, was out there, we got arrested. So I've been knowing, I just didn't want to put it. I wasn't gonna put it out there until I heard somebody announce it on the blog. Then I said I'm gonna make my video. I wasn't gonna be just the first to put it out there like that because I ain't know. You know, the severity of the charge well, but now they talking about it, I'm gonna talk about it. Anyway, I've been new, you heard me? Anyway, like he got a problem with substances, you heard me? And I ain't joking, you know, really free MAINE, you know what I'm saying? I'm mad at him, but it ain't nothing I can't get over. He really need help because he was going at everybody, bro. He went at everybody but me. I'm the only one, he ain't come back at me. With me, he went at Fredo, everybody. Like, he was flashing on everybody. He did like Gucci Man did when Gucci Man was on them substances, you heard me? He did the same thing Gucci did. So, and then like I was on the phone with my little dog Teflon Mark, and he telling me, man, MAINE was back there crushing up the box and slung, you heard? So, you know.
That's nasty. Look, out here, like that shit real big, like in the prisons and shit. I never forget, I was in Ulster Correctional, and that's where that's a reception spot. Like, and it's crazy because I'd already did reception in downstate. They sent me down there, whatever, and shit for orientation for the shop program. ended up going to the shop program, got into a little scuffle with the CO and shit. They got me the fuck out of here. But that's good. But Spanish nigga came up to me and shit, and he was like, "Yo, you mess with Shanita?" I'm like, "What?" He like, "Shanita," and I didn't even know what the fuck Shanita was. You know what I'm saying? So, but when he put his hand to his nose, like sniffing something, I was just like, "Hell no!" Nah. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever the fuck that shit means, I don't put nothing in my nose. Nigga like me don't even nasal spray. Dig? So yeah, but basically it's a substitute for hell when they be prescribing that shit. And what's crazy is, before I caught my case, there was a lot of people who were trading their tobacco in to get like actual dope or crack or whatever. Because a lot of those dope things were used to crack to kind of level out, like speedballs. So it's like they'll shoot the dope, hit the pipe, and you know, it's like they're not all the way down and they won't be too up either. So
he need to get help, bro. Like, and I ain't trolling him. He need to. I hope he don't get no bunch of time, but just like a little remand or something where you can get in there and get his mind right and get off them substances. Because if you get off them substances, dude, really a good rapper, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been knowing him since he was little. You know, I used to hang. I ain't used to hang, but you know, his brother took it from my hood. You know what I'm saying? I used to hang with.
I think that's the brother who got caught. He got a brother that died. But nah, no bullshit. If y'all haven't heard MAINE MUZIK, definitely check bro out. That nigga raw as hell. I might play a little clip or something or play a joint that I like from bro. Just delete it later. Cause they be trying to flag my shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely check out MAINE MUZIK, check out Tech 2, because I got introduced to them together, you know, that whole fighter gang and all that. So, yeah.
So sometimes the dog my partner, you know what I'm saying? We grew up together. But that wasn't my inner circle clique. You know, I used to beef with them before I got cool with them, you heard me? Me and MAINE brother, but rest in peace, he gone. But yeah, bro. MAINE back in jail, bro. I ain't gonna speak on what it's about, you know what I'm saying? I don't speak on stuff like that. This ain't no smooth channel. This ain't smooth channel. We don't get on here and talk about open cases, you heard me? You the real rat.
Who's smooth? Who's smooth? Might have to go in the comments to find out who's smooth.
You know, your page talking about open cases. We don't do that over here. Anyway, yeah, free MAINE music, bro. Hopefully he come back like Gucci Man and be like, apologize to everybody. Look, bro, I was full of it. I was loaded every day, tripping, flashed out on the whole industry. You really pulled the Gucci MAINE music. I'm talking to you, but you can't see this. So hopefully you get a phone and see this. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad at you, but I'm saying ain't no blood with spit. So I ain't tripping, dog. You hear me? Plus, I want to see you and TEC get back together because everybody keep telling me, hey, man, them dudes ain't gonna be the same on their own. They better together. I don't know. That's what people say. I don't listen to Baton Rouge music that much. Do we need it? The nigga's drugging and thugging, you heard me? Yeah, he probably needs to go back to jail. Do I want to see him in there? Nah. But free MAINE music, like I ain't trolling nothing. Like I'm mad at the bitch, you know what I'm saying? I'm still mad at the bitch for pulling the whole shit for Smooth, you heard me? But yeah, I mean, it's plain to see, bro. He pulling a Gucci Man. Remember when Gucci Man was full of syrup and going on rants and getting fat and cursing Nicki Minaj out this person, rapper? The same thing MAINE did. That ain't MAINE talking. That's that shit talking, you heard me? Like, so y'all gotta really look past that.
Hold up. So it's a comment here because I'm looking through the comments, as y'all can see. Let me try to zoom this in so y'all can really see it. Somebody said free seatbelt. So it says, Kevin Cobb wrote, when you go against your partner that held you down your whole bid, and Tech did that, so karma don't miss. So MAINE for felony gun charge, and they gonna drug test it. It's over. Yeah, man. Damn, I didn't even think about that. If they said, you know, because he said he's like using this shit. That's crazy. Get back up. This.
Because, man, you know, I don't have no what do you call it? Addictive personality. I've never been hooked on like ice cream, ball syrup. I still smoke gas, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I never got addicted to nothing, you know what I'm saying? I never had addictive personality. And I watched everybody around me have addictive personalities. They get hooked and strung out on stuff. And I mean, I was always one to always keep my jewelry. I always keep, you know what I'm saying, on everything. I was always that one, while everybody else was over here spending their money. But there was a play on niggas' cell phone. I always kept me some shit, I ain't never, like, I dabbled.
Hey, no bullshit. Hey, it's a lot of niggas. No cap. Ain't nothing out here but a bunch of God junk playing somebody's cell phone. Like, oh God. He ain't lied to that one.
No, I used to, man, shit. Back in the jig era, boy, I used to be throwing back all week long, but you know what I'm saying? I never let it take over me. MAINE, and just like MAINE on that drink. That's what he on that drink. That's why he tripping. When I was on that drink, I never let that drink take over me like that, just run me. No, I'm lying. I used to get on that drink and get messy. So I see, hey, bro, see, that's why you gotta love this channel, bro. Even when I'm wrong, I admit it. I ain't lying. I used to get on that syrup, be messy like MAINE too. I did. hey, bro. But keeping it real goes wrong. You heard me? Yep.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The only thing that I ever felt besides gas was when I was in Cali, like around 06, 07, and I was working on my first mixtape. I came up on some drink, a lick. Gave that nigga 7 grams of hard, nigga. And that motherfucker, if I told y'all the bottles, like the pints he gave me, y'all probably think I'm capping. But let's just say that it was over a dozen, you know, slightly over a dozen. I had a dozen bottles of drink, sealed, uncracked, right? I don't even know like anything about this shit for real. Like, I don't even understand the whole concept of like, you know, it's opium in it. And it's crazy because like, I sold dope. So if you would have told me it was liquid heroin, like, you know what I'm saying, I would have never, ever, even for that little bit of time. But it was, and I wasn't even every day with it. You know what I'm saying? That was some weekend warrior shit. And I never really felt like the druggy effect of it and shit, like not that I recall. You know what I'm saying? And I damn sure wasn't taking no uppers or whatever and shit. I was smoking weed and doing that shit. I was still like super active. But then I wasn't pulling up. Like I wasn't putting like ounces in 1 cup and all that shit. You know, I was kind of doing what Wayne, I was following that whole thing for the 4 and the 20 ounce, call it 24. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, putting Jolly Ranchers in that shit because I seen Pimp C talk about it. So it wasn't until one of my partners who was from Texas came to visit me out there and shit, and then he was like, oh shit, like, nigga, you got a drink? He said, oh, you killing up with everything. He said, how much you getting for the drinks? I told him, I said, I don't be selling that shit. I said, I just be kicking it. Sometimes I'll be 4 minutes up because monthly be around. I said, they come looking for it. And he said, oh, no wonder they got love for you out here. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll never forget that nigga went to 7-Eleven because we lived near 7-Eleven. That nigga got a baby bottle out that bitch, and he came back. And he filled that shit up to like the line or whatever, and shit, like the first line. And he was telling me how each line, I think he was saying like $40, some shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, my nigga, I was like, oh shit. And then he just told me what I was giving away essentially, and I was like, damn, no wonder these motherfuckers got love for me. But like, yeah, that's my little story about lean and shit like that. I stopped really fucking with that shit because for one, too, it started that shit'll make you constipate. Like your shit locked. So y'all be cool on that shit.
I say, bro, even when I'm wrong, I gotta yeah, I did the same thing, man. I remember I flashed out on Lil Months and did crazy shit, you heard? A couple other people too for that drink. But yeah, that syrup make you flash out, that shit make you mean, you heard? But yeah, hopefully, man, could shake back, you know what I'm saying? Come back, rap, get his little career together, because I ain't gonna make no more diss song. I made one more diss song about him, and nobody will ever sign him. So I ain't gonna never diss him again, because when I diss him, that shit hit hard. But I hope he get home and get himself together and apologize to all us dudes who talk shit about it. But we ain't do you nothing. Man, he used to call my phone every night on FaceTime. Say, big brother, I'm finna do this. I'm like, yeah, man, you good rapping motherfucker, you better, yeah. He was always cool, so I ain't understanding when he did the shit with Smooth. I ain't know where that shit came from. Like, what the fuck? Man, I thought you was my little brother, you heard me? I remember them niggas on the side, from the south was aiming at your ass, and I was trying to like kill that shit. Like, man, chill out, bro. What you know them dudes real steppers, man? You better chill out. I was trying to kill that shit. But yeah, I'm still mad at that pussy, yeah. But yeah, bro. Kick that fucking habit while you in there, stupid. You heard me? Scooby-Doo face ass. I hate to see you go to jail, bro. Man, I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish that on my worst enemy, but that's like, you know, you in jail, you can't even wake up and go to the refrigerator and your drawers. That's the shit I miss. Like, that's why I'm never going back to jail unless I have to smash a nigga behind my family or something. Or I ain't playing with me. That's the only way I'm going back to jail, because I don't do no illegal activity. But yeah, I miss like all the years I did in jail, the shit what I used to miss, I couldn't go to the refrigerator in the middle of the night when I wake up. Like, you know, hanging around dudes all day and shit, niggas walking by you.
Yeah, man. Jail is the bullshit. Jail is the bullshit. It's also a lot of shit get hyped up about jail. There's a lot of stereotypes about jail that are like don't really go like that. But I was reading that comment before. Let me actually go back to it. Okay. Y'all need to mind. What the fuck? Yeah, so
this ain't my business, but
it is my business.
What's next for?
So check this out. So we got Tech, right? Talking about MAINE music. Tech says well, Tech speaks on MAINE music in the It's Not My Business podcast, but it is my business. And the headline says, Tech on MAINE music, I still love him, but I don't fuck with him. And basically says what's next for Spider Nation and all that. So I heard that there was some issues and we saw the comments, so let's see what we dealing with here.
For Spider Nation.
Spider Nation, man, we just keeping, we protecting the brand.
Y'all just gotta protect the brand.
We protecting the brand, we rebuilding, we getting together, bro. A lot of plans that we had ain't go as planned, ain't go accordingly how it was supposed to. But I own Spider Nation.
Yeah.
For sure. So this train ain't gonna keep on rolling. How that song go?
Yeah. The King George.
Yeah.
So
different artists though. I'm trying to get away from the drill.
Yeah.
I want to get some other. I want to get a female. I want to get a white boy. I want to get some other shit. I'm tired of the same. I don't like how our brand is presented right now.
Yeah.
We come from they first seen us. We had 100 guns and shit. Saying Donald Trump. So I'm trying to switch that shit. I'm getting older, mature now. So I'm going for a different look with this.
Trying to get more marketable.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm gonna let them do what they doing, and I'm going straight attacking the female market. That's what I'm gonna do for me. So if y'all look for it from what I'm coming with, that's what I'm coming. I'm gonna drop some more street. I'm gonna drop that before I drop that. But I'm going on this little Key Sweat run.
Yeah. Hey, not for nothing though. I mean, we've been doing it. I think the shit that get highlighted just be street shit, you know what I mean? Because they came in the game that whole click type thing or whatever and shit. A lot of them dudes have been locked up or whatever for attempt murders, hammers, you know what I'm saying? That whole stepping shit, they really were pushing that line, bringing that whole weight to the forefront, for better or worse. But the nigga Tech is pretty versatile or whatever, and shit. He definitely had some joints or whatever for the female. I know a couple chicks or whatever like this shit. So, and he's talented. So, shout out to Tech. I'm pretty sure he do pretty good with that shit.
I'm trying to, make it last forever. I'm trying to.
And when they was debating about the best out of Spider Nation, you know what I'm saying? There was one thing I brought up. I was like, man, Tech he can do it all. He can make the street shit. He can make the music for the women. He can make the club stuff. That's what make you.
We never was in competition with each other. Only in the booth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we doing songs together, it was competition. And we ain't never had no boss. Ain't never been no head nigga. We were just a whole lot of niggas together. Everybody played their position when it was time to play their position. We never had that. That's why I was a little confused. When bro came home, I was confused on some what was going on and what was the route we was taking. But I sat back and I let him do what he was doing until it provoked me and I flashed out.
Really?
And I feel like a lot of shit I did say, I wish I wouldn't have said, but we here today. We can't
take it back.
I can't take it back. So it is what it is.
The only thing is, this. I sit back, I watched everything, seeing everything unfold, and
I watch y'all too.
And people be like, say ugly, say man, woo 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 woo. And wanna know what I tell them? I said, I'm gonna tell you something. You wanna know what I hate? I hate that
before brothers could talk to each other, that the internet already threw
the internet did what it did.
It already did.
What people don't know behind closed doors, I was the main one. Like I was the glue trying to stick that shit back together. Like for the longest, I'm telling people like I could be the aggressor. I could do this. I could blues you. I don't want to though, cause you've been gone all this time, bro. So I'm blaming what you doing on your time of being away. So I'm steady making this excuse for you, like, no. That's why he doing that. Brother been locked up. He don't know how this internet work now. Flip on you.
Wanna know what I told him?
Flipped on you.
Yeah.
You feel me? But that ain't me. I ain't.
And see, that's real shit though. Like you can tell, bro got genuine love for the nigga, cause he giving him grace. Like, all right, bro, you just came home. You probably sat up in there, had way too much time to think. You know what I mean? And you just blasting out. And that's part of the reason why when I first came home, bro, I was really distant because I knew like how I felt inside. And it wasn't even so much like animosity as much as it was I was detached. Like outside of my, like, you know, checking in with my mom and shit, I really only talked to one person in there, you know what I mean, on the rare occasion, you know what I'm saying, like, I would have her, like, three-way somebody or whatever, and I might talk to someone else and shit. But for the most part, my nigga, yeah, I wasn't even on that, you know what I'm saying, like, trying to be all social in there and shit, you know. And you know, when I came home and shit, you know, it's like I just really focused on self or whatever. I wasn't even gonna do the music, but again, that's a whole nother scenario itself. Let's get back to the video.
Go on, I ain't got no gay allegations. I ain't with none of that shit. No, nothing. Stand up. Like I'm just me, bro, and I ain't no super tough superhero ass neither, bro. I just be me wherever the fuck I'm at. Like wherever I'm at, I'm gonna be me, bro. And that's why I think people with me, because a lot of times they get the wrong perception from like just the internet. Like most of the time you see me on the internet, I'm flashing, I'm loud, I'm angry, I'm this, I'm that. But that's just they want to promote. I'm not like that on 24/7. I'm a fucking father. Yeah. Like I got straight daughters, man.
How many daughters you got?
A lot.
I got 6.
I'm with you.
I got 2 sons.
I'm with you. I got straight daughters though. I ain't got no little boys.
You know what they say about me and they got daughters?
I don't know. They say we dogs.
Now, that mean you're a man whore.
Yeah, okay.
You got 2 daughters though.
I ain't got that many though.
I got 6.
I'm with you.
Yeah, damn.
Bruh, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Bruh, most of the time I gotta be gentle with them little girls. I gotta talk a certain way, like a different tone. I'm not flashing 24/7. That just be what they want to see. You feel me? Or they just want to see me in the moments to bring me back to that old.
Listen, you wanna know what's crazy? After this with you and Maine, after y'all live here, I'm finna show you what God do. You heard me? Cause God don't like ugly.
Hey, cut you off one time. After that interview, I knew me and Maine was gonna get into it.
Yeah.
For real? On my soul.
Cause everybody blaming it on us.
Yeah. It ain't y'all fault.
And Fredo.
We had a lot of lot of shit we ain't talk about. It ain't Fredo's fault neither. This shit ain't got nothing to do with none of that.
It between y'all two.
It was some shit that happened before he even went to jail. Yeah. You feel me? So,
but guess what happened with him in his home?
I looked at one of y'all live and they had a nigga with some dreads on here. And he was like, he just so biased. Like, that don't fuck with me.
Nigga with dreads.
The nigga, y'all was on live or something. Not you one with the wide ass mouth. Man, not him.
On live.
The other, it had another nigga with dreads. I think he was a promoter, and I think he booked.
Oh, you talking about Trio?
Yeah, that said some like, man, some wild ass shit. Man, you don't understand, bro. I'm the nigga who made everybody around us believe in this shit that we got going on today. Yeah. You feel me? Don't know that. Know us from Spider Nation. Before that, we was Click Tight. After that, we was Purple.
Purple, y'all just, I was asking about
Then we
Purple
got the
Label.
Spider Nation.
Yeah, Purple Baby shit. And you know that whole spider shit and you know, all that shit, because that's how dude ended up into it with Young Thug and Gunna and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because they was jacking that whole spider wave and, you know, doing that. So, I thought that nigga was something else.
Like when we got out of jail in 2015, we been doing this shit. But dude had just said something and he was just discrediting. Y'all ain't even know I was on that.
You know what it was? You remember when Maine first came home? Maine first show was supposed to be with him.
So he was trying to promote it.
Yeah. And something ain't go right. Maine ain't in no.
That's what that was.
Yeah. So he was salty from that.
But he mad at me.
Yeah.
Fuck. He put it on me. I ain't had nothing. He blame that bitch ass manager that.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason we can't see eye to eye, cause that pussy ass nigga. You feel me? But it is what it is, man. Life goes on, brother. Like, man, dude who doing what he doing, a lot of he doing, I don't agree with, and he wouldn't be doing it if I was around.
Yeah.
And the world wouldn't be looking at him how they looking at him if I was around. That's why they never looked at him like that then.
Man, why everybody feel like Maine can't dress?
Man, I don't know. He been gone 7 years, man. Nigga too.
Hey, look, say
BG be dripped out, dude.
Man, I
but
mean,
BG still dressed like BG still dressed like
got it in them, and some just got it on them.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I ain't around, so a lot of y'all could see with dude. Like, I ain't gonna never say that about me. I could have this little, I got a little white tee, some little diamond pants on, this and that, but I'm still going, cause it's in me. It's not on me. And this ain't what I'm wearing to the show neither for y'all. But it's in me, baby. Like, you gotta understand it.
Yeah.
Feel me? But bro be trying. I just wish he'd take out them fucking tights.
Yeah.
That's it. You take it
like he playing sports.
But see, this the thing though. This is the thing. And every time, like when I heard Fredo say that, I'm thinking to myself like,
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That nigga said he wish he take off the fucking tight. That nigga be having some tight ass hair, and then he's skinny, so his shit look like super wild on that nigga. And then he be having like big Balenciaga sneakers and shit. No bullshit. You know how like Morgan the Martian, like got the skinny little leg, but like the big old shoes. That's how like Maine be out here.
In Atlanta, that is actually a trend. Like,
and that's why I say them
with the tights up under the pants with the holes in them. That's actually a trend, man.
Hey, they need to leave that shit in Atlanta.
Well, look, hey, don't do it.
That shit crazy. Yeah, man. We made music. Next up, we got Big Draco. That boy done caught him a gun charge. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing, right? According to the police, Soulja Boy, whose real name is DeAndre Cortez Way, was a passenger in the vehicle stopped by officers. During the stop, police discovered a firearm in the car, leading to his arrest on suspicion of being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. Damn, this whole goddamn episode smell like gunpowder now. Following the arrest, Soulja Boy was booked in the Los Angeles Police Department's Wilshire Division Jail at approximately 6 a.m. Further details regarding reason for the initial traffic stop are not available yet. You know what I'm saying? This is not the first time though, like they said, Soulja Boy had an encounter with like weapon charges. Back in 2016, I believe it was, because I was locked up, I seen it on the news. And like they found a gun in his possession while he was on probation. And he served over like 3 months in jail in 2019 for a probation violation related to weapons and ammunition. So like, yeah, that boy staying some shit. I remember 2019 shit, cause that might, well, I mean, that was when I started doing like content and shit or whatever. I think I might have covered it, but I was just doing shit on Instagram. The latest arrest, also comes after Soulja Boy was found liable of sexual assault and abuse against a former assistant, and he was ordered to pay like $4 million in damages, and that was like in April of this year. You know what I mean? So yeah, 3-4 months, you know what I'm saying? But oh man, these niggas don't learn. I'm pretty sure Soulja Boy will probably get a bond. I don't think that nigga's on paper anymore. But now, are you gonna get hit federal, or are they gonna keep this shit in the state? It's gonna be the question. Because then he could also be facing an Armed Career Criminal Act. Better be careful out here, y'all. Learn some case law today. Go and look it up for yourself. That way, I'm not just, whooping YouTube views. So, yeah, man. Off these gun niggas. So, let's like. So, actually, before we get into that, let me see what's on this. If y'all remember, I covered a story on the Mellow Buck shooting, right? And that was the girl who had the release party. I forget, I think it's like 19 people shot, 4 died, 18 people shot, but I didn't actually follow up on it because they were saying a couple of people were critical, or one person was critical. So as I was doing like more scrolling through the story or whatever, or more backstory on it after I reported, I seen that they had thrown the bloodhounds or whatever and shit, and like the little Q50 nigga, you know what I mean, in the mix. And recently out in Harvey, which is like a suburb outside of Chicago, but don't sleep, you know what I mean? there was a shootout, or there was a shooting at a house party, and the people who shot up the party or whatever, or like went to slide on the party, one ended up dead, and I think another one ended up in critical or stable or whatever. The crew was called Free Band Gang, and we're gonna get into this piece that Street News TV, SNTV, put together. Y'all know anything Chicago related? You know what I mean? Like we'll be having the scoop. So you know, go and check out SNTV. I'll put the links or whatever and shit in the description later. And or well in the chat. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. Let's go.
Birds gang, them too. What? A free band gang. I'm spanking one of their ass too. Don't let me catch no free band goofy. I'm putting in their place all 2024. Y'all ass better get with the memo or get your ass kicked.
In the south suburbs of Illinois, tucked away from the city lights of Chicago, lies a battleground that's often overlooked. But behind these blocks, from 159th to 155th in Marshfield, sits a force that's been organizing the.
If y'all ain't noticed or whatever, that was Lil Jeff on that live clip. He dead.
Multiplying in silence. This is a story of Free Band Gang, or FBG. They ain't just a gang, they're a movement. And they're all centers around one block, WAP Block, 157th in Marshfield. Before Free Band was a name that everybody feared, it was a person. Free Band was killed in 2018, and his death set off a wave of unity and retaliation. Since then, these streets done clicked up in ways Harvey ain't never seen before.
Free Band died on August 14, 2018 in a store with his friend WAP. Free Band Gang was named in his honor, and WAP Block was named in honor of his friend. Oh, okay. So Free Band Gang for WAP Block. Got it. That the biggest. Again, that's Free Band and that WAP. Yeah.
30, a deadly shooting in the south suburbs. 2 people are killed at a gas station in Harvey, and Chopper 7 HD actually was able to help Illinois State Police, who believe that the suspects escaped in this SUV. And right now the search continues for those suspects.
And one of the victims was the brother of Ryan Harris, the 11-year-old girl who was found murdered in Chicago's Englewood neighborhood back in 1998. The deadly shooting taking place near 146th Street and South Hall.
So 10 years after his sister died, 11. What the fuck?
Halstead in Harvey, and ABC7's Stacey Baca has more. Stacey.
Ravi, Harvey's police chief says the city's violence is at an epidemic level right now. Since Saturday, this is the 4th shooting, and there's concern tonight in this latest case that social media may have.
The deadly shooting taking place near 146th.
30, a deadly shooting in the south suburbs. 2 people are killed at a gas station in Harvey, and Chopper 7 HD actually was able to help Illinois State Police, who believe that the suspects escaped in this SUV. And right now, the search continues for those suspects.
And one of the victims was the brother of Ryan Harris, the 11-year-old girl who was found murdered in Chicago's Englewood neighborhood back in 1998. The deadly shooting taking place near 146th Street and South Halsted in Harvey. And ABC 7's Stacey Baca has more. Stacey.
Ravi, Harvey's police chief says the city's violence is at an epidemic level right now. Since Saturday, this is the fourth shooting, and there's concern tonight in this latest case that social media may have played a role. Harvey police are investigating if 17-year-old Tejan Hall was killed because of a dispute on social media.
I tried my best with him, it's only so much you can do. You fighting against environment, people, negativity. It's a struggle.
Police say Tejan Hall was with two other young men, including 18-year-old Brian Harris, who was also shot and killed. Police say all three of them were inside the building when another group showed up at the gas station.
Both parties happened to meet the same time at this gas station, at which times there was some words exchanged.
And so was gunfire. Police say Tejan Hall and his friends inside the building were shot at first, but one of them also fired back. In all, 3 guns were recovered at the scene. The shooters took off in this black Jeep caught on camera by Chopper 7 HD. The leading theory right now is there is an ongoing social media.
So real quick, I just looked this up. His sister, Ryan Harris, see what they say about this. So Ryan Harris, an 11-year-old girl, was found dead in a vacant lot in Englewood, Chicago in 1998. She had been beaten and sexually molested. The case gained national attention because 2 young boys aged 7 and 8 were initially accused of the crime after confessing. That's crazy. How the fuck they get? However, DNA evidence later proved they were not responsible, and the charges against them were dropped. The families of the 2 boys settled lawsuits against the city of Chicago for more than $8 million. Floyd Durr was later linked to the crime by DNA evidence, and in 2006, he pleaded guilty to the rape and murder of Ryan Harris. Durr was already serving a 125-year prison sentence for sexually assaulting other girls and was sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years for the murder of Ryan Harris. Ryan's mother had sought the death penalty for Durr, but prosecutors argued that his IQ was too low to qualify for an execution. The death penalty has since been abolished in Illinois. That's crazy. Sick fuck. Anyway, yeah, a little backstory or whatever and shit on free band system. That's wow.
Media feud. And that has prompted Harvey's police chief to reach out to all parents.
Become nosy parents. I'm asking you to stalk their social media pages. Understand if your children have a nickname on social media, it could mean that they're affiliated with a criminal entity. Inquire about it.
Meantime, Tejan Hall's family left today's news conference emotionally shattered, yet hopeful.
Whoever you are, please turn yourself in. You know what's wrong. I know what's wrong.
WAP and free bands run into an op. They have words, but they don't know that more ops are outside. Oh shit. They begin to shoot in the store and free bands and WAP are hit. So that's too bad. That's right.
They call it Janaski Way or Janaski World. They rep for her, Spillers, and Queen Slime, and throw up J's in her memory. 200 plus deep, all youngins, but don't let their age fool you. These shorties war ready. From the gas stations 159th to the corner stores by 155th, FBG is everywhere, real dangerous. And it's not just one block. They got ties all over Harvey and deep ties in the south suburbs. You'll hear them screaming Janaski World from Dalton to Markham to Riverdale. This ain't no click. This a network. They click over sets like 9 Block or 9B, Lex Block, Flex Gang, DMG, short for Detroit Money Gang. These sets be outside together, trapping, sliding, repping the same names. In unity, there's power, but with power come enemies. And just like they got allies, they got a long list of ops. KBK, EBO/J Block, Tyon World, SGTK 1400, STK, OMS, Face World 069, Baco, Chiba Gang, MTB, Wu Gang, EBMT, LSG, OTB, Asa Gang, Tala Gang, Taliban, and Bloodhounds. It's a war. These shorties war ready. From the gas stations 159th to the corner stores by 155th, FBG is everywhere, real dangerous. And it's not just one block. They got ties all over Harvey and deep ties in the south suburbs. You'll hear them screaming Janaski World from Dalton to Markham to Riverdale. This ain't no click. This a network. They click over sets like 9 Block or 9B, Lex Block, Flex Gang, DMG, short for Detroit Money Gang. These sets be outside together, trapping, sliding, repping the same names.
So they got 4 allies.
In unity, there's power, but with power come enemies. And just like they got allies, they got a long list of ops. KBK, EBO/J Block, Tyon World, SGTK 1400, STK, OMS, Face World 069, Baco, Chiba Gang, MTB, Wu Gang, EBMT, LSG, OTB, Asa Gang, Tala Gang, Taliban, and Bloodhounds. It's a war zone out there. FBG ain't just beefing for fun.
Yo,
this is life.
Nigga, I think I kept count like, nigga got like 18 ops. Lord Jesus, where do you niggas hang out at?
Death. Janae's name that turned into a symbol of vengeance. Anybody speaking foul on her name becomes a target. After Free Band got killed in 2018, things changed. Older heads started linking up, organizing the shorties. By 2020, Harvey was on fire. Backdoors, ambushes, shootouts in broad daylight. Police ain't got no hold on these blocks. Cause out here, silence is law. Ain't no snitching, ain't no witnesses. FBG lives by the code and dies by it too. Ask anybody in the south suburbs, they'll tell you. FBG run these blocks, from music to murders. They got presence online and in the streets. You might catch a track repping Skiway or Slimy Slime, or see Free Band's face on a T in the hood. They throw J's for Janae. They ride for Free Band, and they stand on body in the south suburbs, they'll tell you. FBG run these blocks, from music to murders. They online and in the streets. You might catch a track repping Skiway or Slimy Slime.
So said that after shit started popping off or whatever crazy, that the OG niggas started organizing like youngins, right? So one could assume that for one, they're already involved. Two is like they probably put them little niggas on the set. And after a while, they started realizing that even though they were young, like the war was real. And so they probably just quit, you know what I mean, and showed them on whatever the way, for better or worse, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like at one point, you could say, oh, sure, you know, leave the gun home and all that stuff, but don't carry a gun and all this shit. And then because he don't have a gun, he don't have a fighting chance, and there's still niggas out there gunning for him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kind of you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And some people rather visit, you know, their son or nephew or whatever in a prison where they could talk to them and, you know, run it up on the vending machine, then talk to a patch of grass and a piece of stone that can't talk back. It sounds crazy, but you know what I mean? When you kind of living in that lifestyle or whatever and shit, and you weigh the options, anything is death.
Fine. Or see Free Band's face on a T in the hood. They throw J's for Janae. They ride for Free Band. And they stand on business. This is not Chicago politics. This is Harvey. But the code, the bodies, the beef, it's all the same game. Just different terrain. But recently the war been hitting home. This week alone, Blitz and BD both lost their lives. Two known steppers from Free Band Gang, gone, one after another. Back-to-back losses that shook WAP Block to its core. G-Day, a known name for the block, tried to slide on his ops, but caught a shot himself in the process. They say he lucky to be alive.
Shooting happened at a house party on Des Plaines Street. In total, 7 people were shot, including a 4-year-old boy. Now, investigators say 2 people showed up to that party at around 8 o'clock last night near Des Plaines in Calumet and allegedly opened fire. That 4-year-old who was shot is facing non-life-threatening injuries, while 4 others were also hit.
And thank God for that little boy. Prayers up, you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully he have a speedy recovery. That shit don't damage it. I mean, it's gonna be fucked up, like probably the trauma. Hopefully he's so young. He you know, he won't really have no long-term effect. He'll go on and have a regular life, but that's fucked up.
Their conditions are not clear right now, but police tell us they are stable. Investigators say a concealed carry license holder at the party allegedly returned fire. One of the original gunmen who was shot died on scene, while the other was rushed to a hospital but is now in police custody. A motive for the shooting is still not known this morning, but police tell us the shooting appears to be an isolated incident. Now back here live in Harvey this morning, police tell us there's no longer a threat to the public this morning, but a motive for this shooting in the first place is still not clear.
It don't make no sense. Goofy ass nigga. Stupid.
Yes, he is. He's going to put his PC up. Well, man, don't move. Don't move.
Stupid ass, man. That shit stupid as hell.
That shit is stupid. Oh, that's the gun? Hold up.
Yeah. Stupid ass, man. That shit stupid as hell.
After BD was killed, they took his gun. So these niggas got a gun that was used in a fucking crime, and they running around with this bitch. Video.
They finna put a fully on that bitch.
the ARP that his op took after he was killed. This is fucking crazy.
BD the bully. ARP with a fully.
But in these streets, surviving one slide only means that you're gearing up for the next one. It's a fresh war out here. Wop block bleeds. They don't back down.
I love you, Bliss. Your big brother hurt.
Blitz gone, BD gone, G they wounded, and the shorties they heartless now. They turn the pain into pressure. They moving on go. No breaks, no hesitation. Every name lost turns into a mission. These ain't just headlines in the hood. These real lives, real funerals, real youngest dying behind the block that they was born into. But even with the feds watching, even with bodies dropping, Janaisky world still throwing J's. FBG still whopping. And Harvey, still hot as ever. What happens when 200 plus shorties grow up in the war zone? When every loss is honored with a chain, a tat, or a new op? The future of FBG remains uncertain. But one thing's for sure, this ain't over. Cops trying to crack down now. Since 2022, there's been federal swoops, undercover stings, and block raids. But FBG don't fold easy. They rebuild, they recruit young, and they stay 10 toes down on Janaisky world business.
Dumbass little boy.
So yeah, man. I'm sure these in Chicago. I ain't gotta tell y'all, them niggas wildin', boy. They wildin' everywhere. You know, that was something when I was on Clubhouse last night, or this morning rather, when I was having a conversation with Big Ann and Rockstar. It was a dude from Philly and shit, and he was talking about. We were just talking about like gun violence, and he was telling me how New York, you know, ain't, you know, licking shit down or whatever, like Philly and all of this other shit, right? And, you know, me and Bo had kind of had an exchange in another room or whatever and shit. You know, wasn't very nice. So, you know, I kind of caught, I don't know if it was like little sublime shit or whatever, but here's the thing, right? When you start talking about murder rates, you're talking about per capita. So for instance, New York and Philly both had around about 300 murders or whatever. The difference is population. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't seem like it's drastic or whatever. And so per 100,000 people, you know what I mean? That's what it is. So your city that might be perceived the most dangerous is because now it's a higher probability per 100,000 that your ass get clipped. But the same amount of people, a lot of times are getting clipped in all of these cities. So, yeah, man, just, you know, keep that in mind. But, you know, everybody, you know, once you have a dispute with someone, they're always going to try to find a way to discredit you or, you know what I mean, thing. Even to the point that, you know, something else that was said was, yo, you asked about people and they don't really be tapped in like that. And the crazy shit about it is I've seen it play out, not even with myself, but with a whole other person. Because you don't like the nigga, you're looking for the negative. You're not looking for anything that says, yo, I wouldn't fuck with that nigga or blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, when you find the false narrative or whatever, it's probably somebody that nigga did something to. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, you got to be wary of that shit. Today is Tuesday. We're actually gonna take a break because I got some things going on this week I gotta take care of, so I won't actually be on post. You know what I'm saying? To do the live show, how we do it. So yeah, we'll be back next Monday with episode 26. I'll still be posting videos or whatever throughout the week. You know what I mean? You know, little updates or whatever. Like, still gonna be posting videos, still giving y'all content. Just won't be actually doing the live show in the morning. So that's that. But yeah. So next week we'll be back. Shout out to everybody that pulled up and tuned in. And yeah, man, hit that like and subscribe button. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about all of this. And hit that notification bell. Really mopping with the content. I want to be notified every time I'm dropping new content or going live. And as always, man, stay dangerous so you can be safe. It's your boy Daylight TV.